that is revolutionizing the whole process of education. Leveraging the power of VR and AR, learning is much more engaging and exciting. Other fascinating technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and mixed reality transform teaching and learning from a dull process to a highly effective one. Consequently, the entire learning experience is hands-on and immersive as lessons now come to life. However, since most of these tools were designed primarily for the classroom of the future, what role do they play in remote learning? How is the education sector responding to continuation of education during the pandemic on one hand versus following the latest edtech trends on the other hand? Are modern technologies considered as an added expense during critical times or an actual bridge between the system and the learner? We are gathered today at the education track of the VRAR Association MENA Chapter with some of the leaders in education to learn about their response during these unprecedented times. In the UAE, the education ecosystem was skyrocketing. Initiatives such as blended learning, digital content, XR labs, and AI-led education were becoming a major attraction in schools, as well as in libraries, science and space clubs, and museums. The forceful shift towards distant education has clearly positioned immersive learning as a necessity rather than a luxury. When we say the pandemic has affected education, it means a lot more than the absence from the four-walled classroom. The students are going through changes in their entire routine, from the go-to-school habits, time management skills, including time for gaming and entertainment. Then, the major impact is on the social aspect, as the side chats, research, and extracurricular activities all contribute to incidental learning by brainstorming and exchange of ideas. The rest of the stakeholders, from the school's owners, educators, and parents, are diligently working to make the digital transformation as smooth as possible. Unfortunately, many schools were not prepared for moving classes online. In this situation, the burden is put on the teacher to adapt themselves and their students to a new way of learning. Teachers are trying to keep up with virtual teachings, parents' emails, virtual departments meetings, and school-wide activities, as well as their own families and the coronavirus. It's a lot. Despite all this, most online learning platforms are still not engaging, adding to the frustration of the students. Today, we will share some of the key expert opinion on driving the transformation through tools that empower teachers, improve the learning outcomes, and also take into consideration the social aspect of the learning journey. Let's understand one thing. Implementing immersive tech is basically a revolution. And just like any other method, it must follow the approved standard to empower all stakeholders involved. Teachers top the list, being essentially the backbone in any human capital development system. Today's XR tools play a major role in empowering educators to do their jobs better. In response to COVID-19 crisis, the UAE started educating students of schools and higher education through distance learning. The implementation of this process is started by remote professional training for over 35,000 teachers in the UAE through free online courses. Also, facilitating a technical helpline for students and parents in coordination with telecom companies with free mobile internet packages. Stay tuned to the VRAR Association MENA Chapter Education Track.